their temperature in their hands, their feet are going to be maybe even 15 to 20 degrees colder than normal than what you would assume the human body temperature is. Same thing with the forehead, same thing with the neck. Typically, what we do in our studios is you're measuring 6 inches from the core, right around the shoulder area. What you're going to find is you're typically around 97 degrees once you go in, 96. And then when you come out, you're going to be below, 60, ideally, because you wanted about a 30-degree skin temperature drop. But if you're analyzing on your feet, you're analyzing on your arms, you're not getting at all what you would consider to be yeah,
Yeah.
you're
And
misconstruing, right?
and that's definitely a
It's
disconnect, I
dirty,
think.
it's dirty data.
It's dirty data. And so that's definitely a disconnect with the market as well. It's because you see it from these videos and you see it from these posts. It's just everyone measures inconsistently. There is no
Right.
standardization um, or best practice, or there is a best practice, but it's not implemented across the market. So maybe that's something we at some point should probably put something out on.
Mhm.
Because that would be an interesting piece as a side
Yeah,
note.
no,
Uh,
it is. It is. I mean, that's not saying that you shouldn't analyze these extremities. And in fact, when somebody first does a session, the first timer, you actually need to be much more discerning of your extremity temperatures. You need to gauge their response. You need to gauge their pain threshold because they could very well have poor circulation, not be aware of it, right? As typical as a contraindication. And you should analyze these extremities. So typically, like what we do is, we always say your first session be 3 minutes. Because what we want to do is we want you to come out, we want to analyze everything and be like, okay, well, it looks like, your chest temperature was this, but your legs and this or this. You can go an extra 30, 45 seconds next time, maybe about a minute, or maybe you should bring it down. Why we use 3 minutes as our gauge, I think is a funny story because I think so. 3 minutes, as we talk about cryosaunas, it's an artifact.
mhm.
Our company's been running cryo studios since 2015, and I've done a bunch of different machines, including saunas and electrics, right? And that 3 minutes seems to be pretty tuned to the amount of refrigerant necessary or nitrogen necessary to, for a singular session. It's not necessarily it has not necessarily have any relevance to how long it takes to drop for 30 to 30, 30 degrees in your skin temperature.